Hi y'all. How's everybody doing? Thank you for coming to my channel. This is Kimberly here. For the new people, I do vlogs kind of not quite every day, but try to do them several times a week. I do mukbangs every once in a while, and I did one, I think I did one yesterday, breakfast mukbang, which I hadn't done for a long time, and I tell little short stories and stuff like that, and just updates about my life in general, or any kind of subject that I think is interesting. And today I was going to do a review on, I love chips and hot sauce. That's probably like my favorite snack of all time. Besides maybe potato chips. I kind of like potato chips. I don't know, chips and hot sauce, potato chips, about my favorite snacks. I don't really like sweets too much anymore. I do like anything chocolate or pecan pie. I do like cakes and pies. But I think my sweet tooth is kind of simmering down now. I used to eat a lot of sweets when I was younger, but I don't as much anymore. I just don't crave them anymore. But I have not eaten this before. It's Santa Fe Cantina Salsa with cilantro, medium heat, which I like the medium. I eat a bunch of different hot sauces, but I've never eaten this one, so I was going to eat this one today. And I've already opened the bag of chips because it makes a lot of noise, but I buy these kind of, they're like from the deli chips that they make at the supermarket in town. And I like them because they've got the seasoning on it, the seasoning sauce, or sprinkle, whatever you call it. And they're a little bit, not like spicy, but it just gives a little bit more flavor. And they're very crunchy. I just like these best. I like the kind from the restaurant style, where they fry them in the restaurant, or these are fried in the deli from that grocery store. And they sell them, I think it was $4.49 for this big bag. And it's a big bag, it's huge, and it's very big, and it'll last me maybe all week. Because I can eat a lot of these, but I try not to because they're fried, and I have cut down on fried foods a lot. And I'm try to open this thing if I can. Time. Ah, okay, there. And it looks pretty, I guess kind of restaurant style is what it is. So it's a little bit more, I don't want to say liquidy. The restaurant style salsa is more, but it does have more liquid. It's not considered to be super chunky. There's some brands that I've eaten that are real chunky, and I do like that because I like a lot of tomato taste. I love tomatoes. That's my favorite vegetable, or technically it's a fruit, but I think most people put it in the vegetable pile, so I'll say I call it a vegetable. But that's really good. Sorry, I had to reach over and get something. Yeah, it tastes really good. I do like it. And I was gonna say something about well, let me do this first. It is pretty hot. Not real hot, I mean. It's got a good heat level, but this is just the medium. Which I do like mine just a little bit hotter. Not very hot. I don't like really hot sauce, because then you can't taste the flavor of anything. Sorry. There's a guy walking around the car, and he was kind of creeping me out. He keeps staring back at me. Okay. Maybe he's going away. Might be staring at me because I'm talking to myself, but have to be careful. It's pretty hot. It's starting to settle in more heat. It's an okay brand. I would buy it again. I don't really have a favorite brand, I would say, because there's so many. There are probably, I want to say there's probably 1,000 or more. I don't know. I mean, I see new brands all the time. People make their own salsas, and there's always these little custom, salsa, kind of like little homemade. They make them in their homes or something, and they kind of expand out to the garage, and then they go get a little workspace or something, rent someplace so that they can manufacture it, and some of them do really good. Normally I don't eat straight out of the jar. I usually pour it into a little cup, but I just bought this at the store and I didn't have anything to pour it in, so because I don't like eating straight out of the jar. It's really good. I'll buy it again. And it's got cilantro, which I love cilantro in my hot sauce. Some people don't like cilantro. To me, the cilantro kind of absorbs some of the hotness, the heat. It can kind of maybe dampen that down a little bit. But it does have its own flavors, so if you don't like cilantro, then this isn't real strong though. I can barely taste it though. I'll get a little piece every once in a while, but there's not very much in it, I'll say. Yeah. I like the consistency of it. I like the restaurant hot sauce more than, like I say, the more chunkier kinds. It's not real watery, but it's got enough, liquid in it to make it, I don't like it when it's kind of clumpy and dry. I don't like that. It has to have enough liquid in it that it's, makes all the flavors meld together and everything. Where it mixes together good. It's really good. Yeah, I'll definitely buy this brand again. I got a little jalapeno stuck kind of in the back of my throat back here. Gosh. It's pretty hot now. I can taste the heat to it. So that's about the level I like. I like it when it's pretty hot, but I don't like it when it starts to taste like gasoline. I mean, literally, sometimes it can be so hot. Some people make their hot sauce so hot. They have such huge chunks of jalapenos, fresh jalapenos, and they put a lot of seeds in it, which that's actually where the heat comes from. It's from the seeds. The skin and the juices of it can be really hot too. So if you bite into, you can bite it into a whole jalapeno, and it might take a minute for it to start burning, but it'll burn your mouth because the skin is really hot. And all the juices, when you bite into it, spurts out. And that gets into your gums and everything, and it can burn your mouth. And then again, the seeds are really hot. They have a lot of the heat, But I don't like the big chunks. There's a restaurant that I go to every once in a while, and their hot sauce is really good, but they put chunks about 1/4 inch of fresh hot jalapenos, and sometimes they put so much in it. I have to actually scoop it out with a fork. I've been eating hot sauce for a long time. I don't eat the really, really hot kind because I just, if it doesn't let the flavor of the food come out when you're eating also Mexican food, I like to put a lot of hot sauce on my enchiladas. I put it all over my rice and beans. I put it on pretty much the whole plate because I do like a lot of hot sauce. But it has to be flavorful, not tasting like lighter fluid or gasoline. I can't stand that. If it leaves an aftertaste of something like that, I can't stand it. And if it's so hot that it burns your mouth, then you can't taste the food that you're eating. So what is the point, you know? And I also like to be able to taste the flavor of the chips. You know, if you have really good chips, and these are really good. I love these. These are my favorite ones. That's got a lot of seasoning on it right there. See, that's the back side, and this is the side that has all the seasoning. That's I love these. Really good. And I do like to make my own hot sauce. It takes a while. I usually don't do it unless it's on my day off and if I have the time, because you have to boil everything, then you gotta skin the tomatoes, and you gotta char the peppers, and then you gotta blend it all, season it. So it takes a while, you know. It's to make really good hot sauce. I mean, you really need to take your time. Don't rush it. Some people throw everything in there all cold and just put it into a blender. I'd rather cook it boil it, and let all the ingredients kind of meld together, then put it into a blender, and you get the flavors much better that way. And I was going to say something. I went to go look for the homeless girl to see if she was at her regular spot. I was going to give her some more. I had a pair of gloves for her and some little bars and stuff. The same thing that I bought her last time. She liked those. She said, "Oh, these are the good kind. I like these." And so I bought another box for her. But I went around and I had some dog food for her dogs. And I had gone around to the convenience store where I found her the first time, and actually I have seen her there around that area, I think, or maybe at that convenience store before, but I was in such a hurry and I didn't pass by her real close. I think I was going home after a long day or something, I don't know. And I know that I'd seen her before. At first I thought, I really didn't recognize her, but then later on, she had on these little cowboy boots, and that's what, in my mind, I remember. She had on these little, I think they're like Justin Gypsy cowboy boots. They're real short, the 6-inch ones, and I have a pair like that too. And that's what kind of, I don't know, it just stuck in my mind. So I know I have seen her before. And I went to see if I could find her. I was going to give her some of those things, and I never did find her. I kind of drove around a few blocks around that area for about 5 minutes, and I didn't see her anywhere. And I think hopefully that's good. Maybe she found some place, or she's, you know, maybe somebody's helping her, maybe something. I hope, you know, because it's cold out here now, and I just had thought about, you know, her that the other day, and I thought, it's going to be so cold. And when I was getting gas the other day, another homeless person came up to me begging for change, and I did tell him no. I offered him one of the little bars, and they're very little, and he just kind of turned his head and walked off. So, you know, that's a response I get a lot of times. A lot of times they don't want it. They just turn and walk off. And I would say probably maybe 3 people that I have ever offered them the name of the place where they do daily labor and they pay daily. They'll write you a check and you can go cash it. They used to pay cash, but they have changed. Now they just pay with a check, but they still do it daily. And only, I think maybe 3 people have ever said, yes, I need a job, you know. And this is out of probably like 30 or 40 homeless people that have come up to me, contacted me, you know, walking up to me trying to get change or money. So that's kind of a way that sometimes I can tell, you know, do they want to work, or they just, you know, the ones that don't want to, they want to live in that lifestyle. You know, there's really not a lot you can do. I do feel bad for them, and I don't want anybody to go hungry, and I hate that people are out in the cold. But I do try to tell them something like that, you know, and not very many will take the offer for work. These are like single people that are by themselves that are holding the signs up and walking around, and you know, they look really rough. And I don't know if that's because of the conditions they're living in or if it's from something that they are doing to themselves, you know. And there's really not a lot you can do for somebody that is doing something destructive to themselves. You know, that's, you know, a decision they have to make on their own. And if people are really going through a hard time and they really want the help, then they'll take it. And I really felt bad for this girl, and I actually was trying to figure out a way, how could I take her dogs and keep them for her so she could get a job. But there's just no way, not with the dogs that I have, and I live, you know, 15 miles away, and it was just, I was trying to think of, you know, there's a, I talked about this once before, that not a lot of women would leave an abusive relationship because they're afraid their pets will get hurt, and they don't want to leave them behind. So they will stay and take the abuse just to protect their pets. And there's a lot of women that do that. And there is a place, I believe it's called the Purple Leash Project. I hope I got that right, Purple Leash. If not, I'm going to put the correct name in the description of this video. And there's one other, and I can't think of the name of it, but the Purple Leash Project, I've seen in magazines and several articles about it. And they do try to help with women who want to bring a pet with them. And I wish there were more places that would do that. I wish, you know, that just is, you know, heartbreaking to think that somebody would put themselves at risk of losing their life or being, you know, really abused in horrible ways because they want to protect their pet. You know, this is another sad video. I'm not trying to make it sad, gosh. But that project, I'm just, that's just, my heart just jumped when I saw that. I had read about it a long time ago, but I couldn't remember it. But then I saw an article about it just about a week ago in a magazine I was reading. I was like, oh, that's so wonderful that it's still around, you know. I don't think it's been around for very long, though, because I don't think I had heard about it maybe a year or two ago. I can't really remember. It was a while back. And I couldn't remember the name of it. And then I just happened to see, I was thumbing through this magazine when I was at the laundry, and there it was. And I think that's probably a really good charity. I mean, if you're gonna think about, you know, during the holidays, or even if you don't donate to charities, doing something like I was saying before, passing out drinks or blankets or gloves or whatever to people who are in need. Think about doing that. I've got my bars and my little bags of dog food. They're in the back here. I haven't seen anybody though with dogs lately. I usually see quite a few, but I haven't seen any. So I just always keep my mind out, you know, if I see somebody in the parking lot and I see them with dogs. And there was a gentleman that he was on the side of the highway. It was like a couple months ago, and he had 2 dogs, and they looked a little skinny. And I did stop, and I told him, I'll be here tomorrow. I'll be passing down this road at a certain time, and if you're here, I'm going to give you some dog food. And he was there that day. So just think about things like that. And I hope everybody's doing well, and eat your hot sauce. Chips and sauce. Thank you. Bye.